Happy Friday. Welcome into the Card Closet. Thanks for joining me. This is episode 381. So do you know off the top of your head which former Major League player had 381 career home runs? Give you a hint. He met the rookie thresholds in 1991 with the Cleveland Indians. Mr. Albert Belle. This is his 1996 Topps card. So Albert Belle had 381 career home runs. Did that in not many seasons. I think he maybe only played 13 seasons or so. If you look at his pound for pound numbers, you know, he's a 40 home run, 130 RBI a year guy. Big numbers, just didn't have the longevity. I know some people think he should be in the Hall of Fame. I'm torn on that. Unless we want to say the Hall of Fame is pick a player's 10 best seasons, since that's the minimum number of seasons you have to have played to be eligible for the Hall of Fame. If you say pick a player's 10 best seasons and how do they compare to everybody else's 10 best seasons in history, then Albert Belle is in. But he didn't have the longevity that does have some value in the way we actually do things. So I would not put him in. But anyway, he's our special guest. We'll have him watching from the side over here. Albert Belle. Got an interesting card this week in the mail, yesterday actually. And I did a little research on the guy after I got the card and realized that he's part of a pretty interesting story. So as you probably know, this guy here, have you heard of him? Cy Young. He pitched for Boston from 1901 to 1908. And the years that are highlighted in red are his Boston years. And at the end of 1908, he was coming off a 21-11 season with an ERA of 1.26. Not too shabby. He pitched 299 innings. But he was 40 years old. And the Red Sox wanted to get younger. They thought, you know, Cy Young's probably only got a couple years left in him. And actually, let's check that. Were they right? When he went to Cleveland, he won 19 games. And then after that, it was quickly downhill, as you can see. So they were probably right on that. He had one more good year left in him. And they looked to trade him. And the Cleveland Naps were interested. And who is the gentleman who the Red Sox traded the legendary Cy Young for? The answer is Charlie Check. Charlie Check. And this is his Ramley card I just got in the mail. Ramley is a nice set because it complements the T206 in that it was also from 1909. So players that aren't in the T206 set for the Red Sox, I pick up in their Ramley if I possibly can. It's a fairly difficult set to pick up. It has those nice gold borders. And, you know, I'm looking for pretty much any condition will do for me in this era, like you know. Ramley Turkish cigarettes, 10 for 10 cents. That's a penny a piece. Factory 456 in the 3rd District of the state of Massachusetts. So these are Ramleys. Charlie Check and a minor player were traded to the Red Sox for Cy Young. So a little bit about Charlie Check. He was born in, they believe, somewhere around 1878, 1879. Right when his parents arrived in the United States, they immigrated from Bohemia. and he was born almost right away when they got to the United States. He grew up in Madison, Wisconsin, and as a teenager started playing semi-pro ball, and then he quickly got into the minor leagues. So some of the teams he played for, the Milwaukee Brewers, and his manager when he was on the Milwaukee Brewers was Connie Mack. This was like 1898. Then he also played for the St. Paul Saints. And in 1901, he was drafted by the Cubs, but his tryout did not go well. He did not make the team, and he went back to St. Paul Saints and played some more for them and started putting up some pretty good numbers in the minor leagues. He would get his next chance at the major leagues in 1905, and he came up with the Cincinnati Reds, played 2 seasons, 1905, 1906 with the Reds, was an average pitcher, then went back to the minor leagues for a year, and then in 1908 pitched for the Cleveland Naps, going 11-7. So you're talking about an 11-7 guy. His ERA, I think, was 1.74 that year. And that's when the trade was made following that season. Cech was 10 years younger than Cy Young. So the Red Sox were going for a bit of a youth movement and picked him up for that reason. Now in 1909, Charlie Cech went 7-5, was off to a pretty good start, winning his first 4 starts, but then started to fizzle. His last major league game was against Cy Young, and he lost. And there was a guy, I can't remember his name, something Neal, who in Charlie Cech's last game recorded an unassisted triple play for the Naps, and then in his next at-bat hit a home run. In July of 1909, Charlie Cech was traded back to St. Paul. So this is back when the major leagues and minor league teams would trade with each other, and the Red Sox picked up 2 pitchers, Charlie Hall and Ed Carger, guys that I've shown their cards of before in the subsequent sets. So in his 1 year with the Red Sox, Charlie Cech got 2 cards. First one was this 1909 Ramley, and then he was in the American Carmel 1910 set. Why he's called Robert Cech here, I do not know. Couldn't find anything about him that ever said that his name was Robert. That game against Cy Young would be his last major league game. He never made the major leagues again, but he did continue pitching for 10 more years until age 41 in the minor leagues and won 236 minor league games. So very, very good. And some of those games were 25, high 20s wins in a season sometimes. So a very good minor league player. He was offered to be a minor league manager for a team in Topeka, Kansas, and he turned it down because he had just gone into the life insurance business, and he said he was making such good money in life insurance that he didn't want to manage. So that's the story of Charlie Cech. All right, moving on to some other things here. In the mail today, I received my eBay gift card. I was a winner on Picker Jim S's contest. So that arrived, and pretty sure this will be spent tonight in a couple hours. eBay. And then just to give you a little update on this, I had an email back and forth with Kit Young himself, and found out that really they're only looking for cards pre-1975, of which I had quite a few, but not enough. He's looking for large lots. So he was interested in a couple of the cards I had, but he's not a onesie twosie kind of guy. He just buys large lots and then pieces them out and resells them. That's how he makes his profit. So nothing going to be sold to Kit Young. Let's see what else is going on here. Not a whole lot. I have gotten a bunch of cards in this week. I just very briefly, just trying to get those refractor and revolution sets filled out. So just some Red Sox refractors and X-fractors there, and that's about it. So I hope we all have a great weekend. Going to start hearing the fireworks outside here this weekend. Should be fun. Hope you all have a great one. Thanks for watching. Talk to you again. Bye.